When the VTuber industry first came into the western side of the world, everybody was all about simping and gushing about them. People were geeking and nerding about the cultures in the industry, but not really in a mainstream and public forum. Generally, nobody talked about VTubers in other ways aside from either worshipping them or shitting on them. In fact, it was something of a scary thing to do to many VTuber fans. Whenever something wasn't said about a VTuber that was generally positive, like someone that would actually criticize them in the most constructive of sense, there were fears of being bombarded by hate by rabid VTuber fans. It gave this community a sense of hugboxiness, a sense of forced positivity. If it's not something good or non-critical, it was to be discarded, downvoted, shooed away. Very few people tried to talk about the cultures and the history and the characters and whatever unique topics this industry had, and if there was, they were quite obscure. But on the other hand, people that would try to talk about certain topics critically were often not exactly understanding of the culture. YouTubers that just really tried to understand and explain the appeal without really getting too deep into the nitty-gritty of it. In fact, the only VTuber adjacent channels back then were pretty much reaction content, clips, and news, and drama channels. People like Rev, Hero Hey, and even Woohoo Lad if some veterans remember him. This was the state of VTubing back in 2020 and 2021. Not even after an entire year of the EN boom, there were so very few people that was making VTuber adjacent content aside from parodies, covers, skits, shitposts, clips, news, drama videos, reaction channels, and other things. Right when VTubing started to get a little settled down, a lot of people had some ideas of making content aside from reacting or clipping or shitposting. There were now people that wanted to remember, people that wanted to talk about the culture in an intellectual sense, people that wanted to discuss about VTubers. And who paved this path for the industry and community as a whole, you may ask? Me! Yes, I did something in this industry and actually left a mark in my own way. Yes, I am content in sucking my own cock, and you can't deny that. Let's fucking... It's only natural for industries to grow and branch out to different niches and sub-communities and even have small tweaks and innovations as they grow. But for the VTuber industry, something like that was... well, it took some time. Whatever genuine discussions people had around VTubers were in gated communities, behind closed doors, and fucking 4chan of all places. VTuber news is a special case though, because before the likes of Falls or Kyo got popular, the likes of Hero Hey and Rev were the resident content creators that delivered news to the masses. In terms of React content, Coefficient and Nags were pretty much here since 2020. Domo, Arigathanks, Nags, these were people that got into the VTubing side of things for quite a while now. People that just accidentally gotten into the rabbit hole and have spun off in their own way. CDogVA went from some random dude he didn't know jack shit about VTubers to Iron Mouse's most well-known companion and a massive figure in the VTubing scene despite not being a VTuber. Or is he? Asmon Gold went from just some guy who had a particular intellectual interest in VTubing to someone who quite literally made a VTuber's career on Twitch. It cannot be denied that VTubing has grown into the mainstream side of things and have gotten in places where people a long time ago never really imagined or expected it to. Different topics and subjects were now called into questions, but for a long time, nobody really tried to understand or talk about such topics aside from your usual spiel like parasocialism or agency culture. There were just other types of subjects and subtopics that nobody bothered to explore just yet. Analyzing character designs, cultures and subcultures, technical tutorials, entire histories, stereotypical behaviors, analyses on their actions and what made them successful. But this era of the industry, come 2022, there are so many people doing that now. My content is generally an amalgamation of all these topics. But the thing is, I'm not an authority on all of them. I just generally talk about these topics without getting into the nitty-gritty into some of them. While I talk about character designs, I judge them purely on my personal criterias and gut feeling. I only know few technical stuff that makes for great design. While I talk about character analyses, I talk about it mostly from a fanbase point of view, not necessarily in the view of other VTubers. While I talk about culture, I don't claim to be really part of the culture, but mostly an outside view looking in and trying to navigate from there on. I would say that my absolute specialty and niche is the history of VTubers and their effects throughout the community. But fortunately, there are other content creators that do have an authority about certain topics and niches. And now, I'd like to introduce you to the ones whose content I very much enjoy. Of course, I am excluding mainstream forms of content like news or reactionaries. Like Kyo, this absolute rat bastard because he outed me like the fucking bitch that he is. Let's go.
Okay, I gotta pitch myself another 30 seconds, I think. I don't really know what I'm doing. I've never pitched myself before. Basically, I'm a commentary channel that's very bad at explaining stuff because my scripts are basically bullet points. But you know, I edit, I put in anime GIFs. There's Metal Pipe, you like that? Yeah, watch me, Static Tokyo on YouTube. I also stream on YouTube, which is a very interesting choice, I know, but I'm loyal to the Red God. So is that a pitch? Did I pitch myself? I think I did it.
Do you struggle with making friends? Is it hard for you to have a conversation with someone because you feel like that person isn't interested in the same things as you are? I struggle with that too. A lot. Hi, my name's Mari, by the way. I'm a full-time VTuber. I promise I'm not like the other VTubers. I'm not hiding in your walls or under your bed. Don't look under the bed. I will talk about pretty much everything because I like to learn a lot of stuff. And if you like that kind of stuff too, then feel free to check me out. As I always say, remember, everything reminds you of something here in the dream realm. You will eventually see me again. Bye! Seriously.
Don't look under the bed.
Hey ya Bat Bunch, my name is Yam Albat. After streaming games for 2 years in a typical VTuber fashion without much success, I decided to take my VTubing in an entirely different direction. I took my passion for VTubers and combined it with my passion for character design to start a YouTube channel dedicated to VTuber character design. I publish monthly video essays discussing why certain VTuber character designs work well, and how to design characters specifically for VTubing. Right now, I'm in the middle of an ongoing series ranking all the Hololive and Holostars VTubers by doing a deep dive on each and every one of their designs.
Boo! It's me, the weird red thing you've seen in your YouTube recommended section. Hi, my name's Lycoris and I enjoy VTubers and commentary. My channel highlights pieces of the indie VTuber scene that often go overlooked, be it the small, the niche, or the unique, and tries to get their voices out there. I do this in a couple of ways, such as video essays, deep dives, and short interviews so people of all attention spans can find something that suits them. However, I also do a variety of content which can only be understood as simply, I do what I want. So if that interests you, you can check me out on YouTube and Twitch. Great big thank you to Depressed Noseki for this opportunity and promoting other co-creators.
Hello, I am the content creator behind the channel Rima Evenstar, where I like to delve and analyze certain VTubers. In that sense, my videos are more character-centric, but I also like to touch on different aspects of the internet culture. Some of my best videos are the ones on Uru Harushia and Mori Calliope, but my personal favorite was actually one of my very first videos, the one on cancel culture, where I uncovered some research that no one had spoken about before, at least not on YouTube.
Hi, my name is Venandr and I make videos about VTubers. I'm most known for my videos about the rise of different VTubers, videos detailing tough situations that they've had to deal with and how they've overcame them, and general shorts about topics that you might find interesting. A lot of my videos cover topics similar to Nusage, and if I were to recommend a starting point for watching my channel, I'd probably start with either how Hololive changed Amelia Watson's life, or how overseas fans changed Aki Rosenthal's life. Big thank you to Depressed Nusagi for including me in this video.
Hey there, allow me to introduce you to me, my channel, and my content. I'm an editor for AutoCorp, run a VTuber merch store called Otakubon, and also produce videos on my channel under the name of Keniisu. There you can find a variety of video essay and commentary videos on a variety of topics ranging from why people dislike Mori Calliope to discussing how burnout is affecting VTubers. Additionally, I also produce a handful of videos meant to help aspiring VTubers get a good understanding of what makes a VTuber do well and how they can get started in this niche. If any of that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I'm sure my channel may have something for you. That said, check it out and I hope to see you there.
Now, of course, there are content creators that I was unable to reach out to for this video, and any that you know that were not included here doesn't necessarily mean I don't like them or anything, just that maybe I was unable to reach out to them or because my social anxiety kicked in and I didn't know if they wanted to be acquainted with me. Every industry has these types of very passionate people, commentating on the things that they deem interesting and geeking and nerding about the topics they are invested in. And at the end of the day, all of us are like that. We want to talk about topics we are passionate of too. The channels and the figures that I just showed you are just the ones that decided to make a YouTube channel. And going forward, they're going to become prominent. They will have very big effects in the VTuber scene. They will inspire others to follow in their stead, the same way certain VTubers have also inspired others. There's going to be more people doing this in the future, talking about the niches and topics nobody has thought of, coming up with innovative ways to create and tell stories. People are going to branch out and talk about different sort of things. There's going to be more intellectual discussions, honest conversations, deserving critiques. These all are going to be discussed. They have to. Pre-existing norms can be challenged, turn the tables on unfavorable cultures, to discuss VTubers, not just to simp for them, not just to worship them, not just to hate on them. But also, in the future, these people are going to make mistakes, spew out opinions that you may viciously disagree with, have values and beliefs different to your own. Ours is a niche that inherently entails offending other people without intending to, speaking uncomfortable thoughts that everybody knows but cannot swallow. Regardless if people disagree with our takes or analyses or conclusions, regardless if people think people like us are unwanted or loved in this scene, people need to be talking, and if nobody wants to do that, we will. At the end of the day, we're all VTuber fans. In this constantly evolving landscape, there are people that needs to study this industry and its figures. That's what we are here for. That is what many people down the line are going to do in the future.